Hello everybody, welcome to Fuser, the newest game from Harmonix. This is going to be a different style review than what I usually do, although I've been doing a lot more of these kind of more loose reviews in recent memory. Anyway, Fuser is kind of like a spiritual successor to DropMix, which was kind of like a Toys to Life version of DJ Hero. You bought cards, you put them in a digital deck, and then you kind of created music. So that's what this game is, except it's less expensive and it's all within the actual game itself. So basically you create your DJ, you can change costumes whatever you want, genders as well. It's very freeing. You can even do different colors. It's not just black. You can go all kinds of different crazy styles. You can buy new styles. But I'm just going to walk you through everything about the game because it's kind of difficult to do in a normal review sense. So you create your thing, and then when you go into shows, either freestyle, which I'm going to show you in a couple seconds, to the campaign, which is more like a tutorial to show you all the mechanics in this game, which there are a lot. It's a lot more complicated than, say, Rock Band, where you can kind of wrap your head around a bunch of icons going down a highway and you clicking on them. This one, you have 4 discs. And they, as you can see above, each track has different accoutrements, different instruments, I guess is the better way to say it. Kami Maybe has, drums, it has violin, guitar, and a song. And you just drop those in, and it kind of does have a highway. If you see on the bottom there, the timer is ticking, and if you do it on the bars, you get more points if you drop them down. And then sometimes there'll be special highlights where if you drop a yellow one at the perfect beat, you'll get more points. And in the freestyle mode, you can just play around with the music and see kind of what's a good mix to do all this stuff with. And it's so much fun discovering the most random music you wouldn't think would go together. And then, actually finding a good mix and kind of feeling proud about that because I love mashups. In college, I got really into them. I think, because of Glee, did a lot of mashups, but then I kind of diving into like a lot more, I don't want to say adult, but just better examples of DJs creating stuff. So, I got into Girl Talk. There's a lot of YouTube channels with dedicated DJs and stuff doing their own mashups. Got into this blog, Booty Mashups, I think it's called. So many good ones to name at the top of my head. So I love this genre. So this feels like it was a game made for me. One of my favorite musical things to have ever come out in the past. I don't even want to pretend that I know the history of mashups. But for me, I discovered it within the past decade-ish, whatever. So yeah, in the campaign, there's on the right side, it'll tell you things that you need to complete in order to get like a good score. Like eject the disc at this point or drop in a yellow thing at this point, whatever. And then also the crowd will suggest things like, let's say someone says, Sucker's my favorite song of all time, please play a portion of that. Or I want to hear some bass from Rock the Casbah or whatever. I guess drums, piano. You get what I mean. And you can create snapshots, which kind of save. So if I want to save the man, Party Rock Anthem, Sucker, and Thrift Shop in this mix that I have right now, you can. And you can import that to, your next deck whenever you want to play a new show. But, there's not much to it, even in the campaign. You level up, and you just get points to buy more songs and buy more clothing. And, there's a story, but not much. And, it's very colorful. It looks good-ish in the shows, but it also kind of looks like The Sims 2, like a PS2, maybe PS3 era kind of game. This is the Switch version, though, so I think it just might be pushing the, the hardware. And the one thing that's really weird that they, this is all not touch-based, but this is all cursor-based, and there's no touch mode for the Switch mode. So, it would make controlling everything so much better. There's multiplayer modes. You can go versus against people, which was okay, and then you can also do some co-op. That's kind of cool. Do a co-op DJ kind of thing, but I want to say the concept was better for me than the actual execution. I love kind of just diving in, playing a show or two, and then popping out. It's not one of those games you're gonna get really addicted to and go to parties with, like Rock Band. This is more of a solo experience, and I think more of a tool to get into mashups in DJing more so than it is an actual game, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm giving it the score that I'm giving it, but I had a lot of fun, and this was kind of a short review, but I go into more detail in some write-ups I did for The Gamer, which I of course linked below. And that's all I have to say, so thank you for joining me. Check the game out if it sounds interesting.